965 hash.
I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. John chapter 11, verse 25.
To get John chapter 11, dial star 811 star 965 hash. To get John chapter 11, dial star 811 star 965 hash.
Good evening and welcome to Sunday Express. Tonight we tell you about the ongoing campaigns, less than 60 days to the next general election. We have details lined up for you, but first things first, the highlights. Kenya Kwanza on a charm offensive in Western Kenya as Azimio pitches camp in Kambani. Credible August polls. Catholic bishops call on IEBC to put everything in order. And staring at a possible drought. Kenya Red Cross warns the situation might worsen in coming months. And Wangeshi is our sign language interpreter tonight. My name is John Jacob Kioria. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, Azimio la Umoja, a presidential candidate Raila Odinga says his administration will give priority to the lowering of basic commodity prices. Odinga, who campaigned in Machakos, decried the high cost of living that has in turn affected millions of families as they cannot afford bread, flour or milk.
Raila anatosha.
Nearly 2 weeks after Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka rejoined the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party, the party's flag bearer Raila Odinga was in Kalonzo's backyard to popularize his bid as he seeks to consolidate his support in a region that has voted for him nearly to a man since 2013. Raila having campaign stopovers in Masinga, Matu and Athi River in Machakos County. The former premier pledged to prioritize the lowering of prices for basic commodities while acknowledging the pressure exerted on major households occasioned by the high cost of living.
Bei ya unga itarudi chini. Hata bei ya mafuta ya kupika na mafuta taa itarudi chini. Tumesema juzi gharama ya maisha itarudi chini sawa sawa kwa wananchi wa Kenya.
Raila defended himself against accusations of hatching a plot to end the sale of mitumba in the country, claiming he was quoted out of context.
Tumesema tunaleta hapa ile kiwanda ya kutengeneza nguo ili wakulima wetu wanalima pamba na pamba inatolewa pale mpeleka kwa jinnery na baadaye tunafanya spinning alafu tunatengeneza nguo hapa kwetu. Sio kila mara sisi tunaleta nguo kutoka nje.
In Ukambani, Raila pledged to ensure the launch and completion of water projects, the improvement of infrastructure and health services, calling on area residents to support his bid once more.
Tutakuwa tunajenga mabwawa hapa. Mabwawa ya kuvuna maji ya mvua. Sasa inanyesha kwa fujo, tunavuna hiyo maji. Sasa wakati wa ukame tuko na maji ya kutosha kwa matumishi ya wananchi na kwa mashamba yetu.
Hata mimi nikiwa bure, mimi niwe mtu wa kwenda barabara peke yangu, na watu wa Kenya wapate mali yao, wapate haki yao. Kalonzo ni mtu mmoja peke yake, but I'll play a role.
Uchumi kwa wote, hao watu wetu wana shida zituondokee. So we congratulate you kwa sababu ya kufanya kitendo kama hicho.
Na mnajua manifesto ya baba ni ya kuonyesha vile ye mwenyewe atafanya mambo ya matibabu, mambo ya elimu, mambo ya kina mama, kutopeleka Kenya mbele.
Raila and Kalonzo donating 3 million shillings towards the restoration of a grog and workshop in Machakos, risked down by a fire last week, rendering thousands jobless. In the meantime, the Azimio running mate Martha Karua was in Eldoret, popularizing the Azimio gospel. Karua telling residents that an Azimio administration will be keen on fighting graft, which she says is the biggest threat to development.
Lazima tufukuse ufisadi. Pesa ya umma itumike kuwapatia huduma.
Karua also called on elected leaders to respect order and hierarchy in governance, a jibe that appeared to be directed at Deputy President William Ruto.
Kila mtu aelewe kazi zake. Ukiitwa deputy, ukae kama deputy. Hakuwezi kuwa na machairman wawili kwa mkutano moja.
And then Kenya Kwanza Deputy President William Ruto led the Kenya Kwanza Brigade in a mega rally at Bukhungu Stadium, calling on residents to support his presidential bid come August 9th. Ruto saying his development track record speaks for itself and he can be trusted to deliver change for Kenyans. Ruto, who was accompanied by his running mate Rigathi Gachagua, Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula and ANC's Musalia Mudavadi, are pledged to invest in roads, health and also ensure every resident is connected to electricity if he forms the next government.
Less than 2 months shy of the general election, Deputy President William Ruto is out on a mission to woo voters to his camp. This coming at a time when opinion polls indicate that his popularity has declined in favor of his political nemesis Azimio's Raila Odinga. Today, the DP would hold a mega rally at Bukhungu Stadium, promising a bag of goodies to the Kakamega voters if they give him the mandate to lead come August 9th.
Hata hapa Kakamega tunapanga kujenga Kakamega County, na wewe Cleophas Malala anza kupanga mahali tutajenga nyumba 10,000 hapa Kakamega County ya low cost housing, ili waalimu wale wote wanafanya kazi na wanahitaji manyumba katika miji yetu waweze kupata manyumba kwa bei nafuu.
Ruto dismissing claims of his waning popularity, instead saying Kenya Kwanza Alliance enjoys the support of Kenyans across the country and that he's confident of a first round win. Ruto lashed out at forces he claims are trying to block his State House bid, saying they were in for a rude shock.
Mimi natangaza nikiwa Kakamega, tumesema safari hii uchaguzi huu ni wa vijana wa taifa letu la Kenya. Nyinyi vijana tutaandamana na nyinyi, tutawapangia mpaka kila kijana aweze kupata ajira, aweze kupata biashara, ili tuweze kubadilisha taifa letu la Kenya.
The DP, who spoke in Kakamega's Bukhungu Stadium, said his agreement with ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi and Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula was not his own creation.
Sehemu nyingi za Kenya wameungana na Kenya Kwanza, na mimi nawapigia salute. Mheshimiwa Musalia, Mheshimiwa Weta, you are the champions of this change and of the unity of the Republic of Kenya.
These as leaders from the region exuded confidence that they deliver 90% of the votes from the region. The leaders assuring residents that their interests are well captured and secure with the Kenya Kwanza Alliance.
We have no option but to deliver 90% of our votes to William Samoei Ruto. Sisi tunaambiwa ati wanasema wanatudharau. Sisi Mheshimiwa Ruto hatukupatii kura tu kwa sababu tunataka kukupatia. Tunakupatia kura kwa sababu umeonyesha jamii yetu heshima.
I want us, the people of Western Kenya, to tell the people of Azimio there are no undecided voters here. All the voters here are for William Samoei Ruto.
Na vile tumeamua na tunashukuru vile mmekubali kwamba the wisdom and the principled decision taken by Mudavadi and Weta, with all our leaders here assembled, represents the will of the people here.
The third candidate in this election, Agano Party presidential candidate David Mwaura Wahiga, has promised to fight corruption and tribalism if elected Kenya's 5th president in the August 9th general election. Mwaura made the promise after attending a church service at the Wonder Tabernacle Church in Ruiru, Kiambu County, accompanied by his running mate Ruth Musheru Mutua.
Sunday morning at Wonder Tabernacle Church in Ruiru, Christian faithful gathered for their Sunday service as they do every other Sunday. But a surprise guest was amongst the congregation. Agano Party presidential candidate David Mwaura Wahiga. Here, he took the opportunity to sell his manifesto to the public. Mwaura promised that if elected Kenya's next head of state, key among his agenda will be fighting corruption and tribalism.
Corruption, bureaucracy, maladministration are what have brought about poverty. We shall fight corruption and have the money that goes through corruption and in pockets of individuals and cartels come to address the issues that are making us have high cost of living. We shall bring industrialization. We shall bring easy credit for farmers, for the youth, for women, for small businesses.
While promising to stabilize the economy by promoting small-medium enterprises, Mwaura, who was flanked by his running mate Ruth Musheru Mutua, promised to tackle the high cost of living that has lately been a thorn in the flesh of many Kenyans.
We are here to bring the change that the Kenyans have been looking for. We are here to be the new option and the only option that you have. We are here to speak for the woman. We are here to speak and represent the youth. We are here to speak for the vulnerable, the differently abled. So we are here for the option, we are here to give you the option to choose us as the only one who can come and make the change that we all desire to have.
Mwaura will battle it out with Azimio's Raila Odinga, Kenya Kwanza presidential flag bearer Dr. William Ruto, and the Roots Party's candidate George Wajakoya. Frederick Muki for Sunday Express.
In the meantime, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops is once again calling on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, to put everything in order to avert any potential mishap in the forthcoming general election. And as Wycliffe Fukech now reports from Kisumu, the bishops challenged the electoral body to consider voters as the topmost priority in the elections and ensure the outcome of a process is one that is fair, legitimate, and verifiable.
With about 57 days left to the August 9th general election, the church is calling on the electoral body IEBC to put everything in order in readiness for the much-awaited polls. The Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops is urging IEBC to fully clean up the voter register to ensure only legitimate voters partake in the exercise.
Part of the mandate of IEBC is to conduct civic and voter education. Given the time constraint, we believe it is urgent that IEBC embarks on an effective voter education. It is very important that communication from IEBC be clear and keeping the voter fully informed of what is required of him or her.
Archbishop Maurice Muhatia of the Archdiocese of Kisumu challenged the electoral body to put voters' interest first and deliver a credible election outcome.
Our democracy is made meaningful if we respect every voter by listening to issues that the voter is interested in and by ensuring the process through which a leader is elected is genuine.
At the same time, Archbishop Muhatia called on state officers to remain non-partisan in the run-up to the August 9 polls to annul any dissatisfaction from either side of the political divide.
Using voters as objects to achieve an end is not the way to promote human dignity. Using misfortunes and funerals to drum up personal gain is demeaning. Please, we ask aspirants and those aspiring to leadership to keep away from people's misfortunes and especially funerals in advancing their interests.
Wycliffe Okech, Sunday Express, Kisumu County.
In a related story, but this time away from religious concerns, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chair Wafula Chebukati now says the 9th of August elections will be purely electronic to eliminate avenues of any form of manipulation that could result from the manual registers during the voting process when used as backup. In response to queries by Azimio la Umoja concerns on the Commission's preparedness, Chebukati says IEBC will deploy a backup to address any malfunction.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission says it has put in measures to ensure integrity of the forthcoming election is not compromised, noting findings of the post-election evaluation report for 2017 showed the use of printed registers of voters provided an avenue for misuse during the voting process.
The Commission is focused on giving Kenyans a free, fair and credible election.
To IEBC Chairperson Wafula Chebukati, the Commission will deploy backup kits in each ward to replace any kit that will malfunction. In a 25-page response to the electoral concerns by Azimio la Umoja coalition, Chebukati has disputed claims of an increase of voters in any county by 1 million. Chebukati, who says IEBC is neither aware nor in receipt of such claims, wants anyone with any report of the alleged suspicion in the increase of voter registration to inform the Commission.
We want Kenyans to be able, on the 9th of August, to freely express their will, to speak clearly that this is what the Kenyans want.
We are finalizing on the issues of the audit of the register. A report of the audit by KPMG will be issued in the course of next week.
On concerns over the suitability of Inform Liox, a Greek company linked to the last-minute postponement of elections in Nigeria, Chebukati says the company contracted to print papers has the capacity to undertake printing of ballot papers and deliver on its contractual obligations without subcontracting. The Commission is further set to receive the final audit report on the 16th of June and thereafter engage stakeholders on the final register of voters on the 17th of June 2022. For Sunday Express, I'm Gladys Mungai.
Now let's focus on the COVID situation in the country. Kenya on Sunday recorded 195 new COVID-19 cases from a sample size of 2,549 tested in the last 24 hours. This representing a 7.7% positivity rate, a slight drop from Saturday when the positivity rate stood at 9.9%. Currently, 45 patients are admitted in various health facilities, with 4 being in the intensive care unit.
For the 11th day now, the country has recorded a positivity rate above 5%. On Sunday, out of the 2,549 samples screened, 195 turned positive, representing a 7.7% positivity rate. Nairobi County accounting for the biggest chunk of the new cases at 172. The total of COVID-19 cases reported in Kenya since the pandemic struck stands at 326,932, while that of fatalities stand at 5,651. No new death resulting from COVID-19 was recorded on Sunday. Currently, there are 45 patients admitted in hospital, out of whom 4 are in the intensive care unit. Another 1,717 are under the home-based isolation and care program. Nancy Okware, Sunday Express.
A story by Nancy Okware takes us to a very fast breather on Sunday Express, but don't go too far. We're coming back with more news, including sports with Karen Kibet.
Welcome to the 5th edition of the Kalasha International Film and TV Market.
We have an exciting array of conferences and workshops featuring film industry experts from across the world.
Come and experience the best of Kenyan storytelling at the Kalasha Market 2022.
Come connect and trade in Nairobi.
Come and experience 3 days of film and TV exhibition by players from within Kenya and across the African continent.
Welcome to the Kalasha Market.
I can't stay here and accompany you. After I become a human, I won't remember what happened, and I won't remember you.
Is it because he's no longer here? The one he was waiting for was you.
Me? But why me?
You want the soul gem?
If you still value the time we spent together, please let me borrow the gem. That day I met you was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Welcome back. You're watching Sunday Express. Two bright and needy twins can breathe a sigh of relief after Talai High School administration rescued them from their home and admitted them to school. Vivian Joel and Hilda Joel from Mochongoi Ward, Baringo South, have reported to Form 1 after staying at home for 1 month due to lack of school fees. The situation had also been worsened by persistent insecurity, which has seen the family displaced twice from their Tandar village, Baringo South.
At their home in the hills of Mochongoi, Baringo South, despair and agony painted the home of the twins who reside in a dilapidated grass-thatched house with over 10 siblings. Dreams of Vivian Joel and Hilda Joel, who are twins, of joining secondary school had faded given that the family could not afford school fees, not to mention the family daily meal.
Tukakuwa nyumbani, ilikuwa tuingie shule date 3 but tukakosa fee. Tukakaa nyumbani for years, for a long time hadi wa leo. Jana tukaingia shule, sasa hizi tumekaa tuko shule. Nina furaha sana kwa kupata sponsor wa kuingia shule.
The persistent insecurity, which has seen their family displaced twice from Tandar village, Baringo South, has made the situation worse. But Lady Luck came knocking after Talai High School administration sponsored them to pursue their secondary school education few days. The school administration, led by Sylvanus Cheptarus, who came to know about the plight of the twins through a social media post, decided to go and rescue the twins to further their education.
From the parents' explanation, it was the wish for the two girls that they are not being separated because they are identical twins. And the board further engaged themselves and decided that we could take the two girls to join Talai Secondary School.
I'm sure each parent wants her or his child to proceed. Kindly look for well-wishers. You can even get to a nearby day school and ensure that the public knows, the administration knows, and everyone knows. There must be somebody who will be touched, and this children will be saved from other risks.
Vivian Joel, who scored 324 in the Kenya Certificate of Primary Examination KCPE, wants to be a teacher, while Hilda Joel wants to be a doctor after finishing her studies. Cattle banditry in parts of Baringo South has been a thorn in the flesh of the locals, with many victims losing their livelihoods to the bandits. More than 10 people have lost their lives in the insecurity-prone areas this year alone. Beatrice Gatonyangetich, Sunday Express.
And wish Vivian and Hilda all the best, of course, as they continue with their studies. Let's move this forward. And a group of philanthropic youth from Nairobi have come out to support the Kithioko-based Catholic nun sister Mary Musembi in her bid to help the needy in the society who have been rejected by their loved ones due to their medical condition. The youth group known as Great Hearts Foundation donated foodstuff to the charitable home, among other benevolence.
The group visited the home at Kaonyweni in Kithioko, Masinga sub-county in Machakos and donated foodstuff. The youths also helped in washing clothes for the bedridden members of the home, as well as doing other cleaning activities. Speaking after receiving the donation, the Catholic nun thanked the youths for their noble gesture.
Of brought us food and other necessities. So we are very grateful. We thank God because of them and all other well-wishers.
Dorcas Mwongela, the founder of the group, said that she came to know Sister Mary Musembi after she helped one of her friends who had been stranded in hospital and vowed to help her with the good work she was doing.
Watu wenye wako hapa wanahitaji vitu mingi sana. Ni watu wenye wajita homeless, poorless na wanahitaji msaada. Sisi watu tunawatembelea after every 3 months, but we do contribute every month. Kitu kidogo tu inawasaidia.
Mahali pale hapajawekwa ile stima, ile umeme inahitajika. Kwa sasa wanatumia kitu inaitwa M-Kopa, ile ya solar, ambayo ni very costly, na hiyo ni changamoto moja ambao wanapitia mahali pale Kithioko. La pili, mahali pale panataka kufenziwa because of security. Those guys, they need to be secured. Maybe kunaweza kuwa na insecurity mahali pale, so I'm calling upon the Kenyans wenye wako na uwezo, kwa maana sisi kama wanarika tumesaidia mahali tunaweza, lakini tumeweza kulemewa katika kuweka ile fence.
Sister Mary Musembi, who started the home way back in 2018, has recently been on the news due to her big heart of taking care of even adults who are completely helpless and disabled. Edwin Austin for Sunday Express.
Over 40 students from different high schools in Nyandarua County have benefited from a young leaders training workshop aimed at enhancing their leadership skills. Speaking during the event, Sub-County Director of Education Wilson Kipaloi said such forums should be adopted by schools to equip learners with leadership skills at a tender age. Our reporter Ruth Wamboy attended the workshop and filed the following report.
This represents
leadership should inspire others, serve others, and point them towards a greater purpose and vision. The responsibility to deliver set goals for an individual leader and his or her constituents comes with obvious pressures. With more than 50% of the population in the country being young people, schools have been asked to integrate leadership clubs in their curriculum to nurture these skills early in life.
Today, the young people are almost being blamed for all the ills that we are experiencing in our society. But we want them now to be beacons of hope for their respective communities.
You could be good.
According to Andrew Guru, the founder of Young Leaders Program Africa, There is need to instill leadership skills to learners early to prepare them for bigger tasks.
To help them be the leaders of substance that we want, and we'll get to a point where we no longer complain about leadership, but we'll be excited about good leadership that is going to come from these young leaders we are starting to develop.
We cannot always prepare the future, but we can prepare our youth for the future. It's very hard, even sometimes when we talk about issues about climate, we just sometimes sit back and worry about it. Some people don't take anything seriously about it. You just sit back and worry, but we're actually doing it and impacting the leaders with the knowledge that will be needed for the future.
The students held the forum saying it is timely to help them be better leaders and also learn how to navigate stressful situations that often comes with leadership positions.
It's all depend on self-awareness, self-discipline and knowledge to be a perfect leader, and the type of package that you have packaged yourself in.
I've learned a lot. From now, I'm a prosperous leader. We lead others in a good way.
As a leader, I don't have time to regret, but I have time to reorganize. As a leader, I should do things which are appealing to others.
The program, which will be rolled out to other counties, is meant to cultivate and mold character and reduce indiscipline cases in schools that have become rampant. Youths can be leaders of today if they capitalize on their strongholds and ensure they are not left out in key decision-making tables, a demerit that has existed since time immemorial. Reporting for Sunday Express from Kinangop, Nyandarua County, I'm Ruth Wamboi.
The disappointment there is that Ruth Wamboi did not decide to jump into the swimming pool after doing that piece to camera. But a fantastic job there by Ruth Wamboi. Now, a chain of vicious attacks and killings have been rife across Kenyan universities in recent years. Many a times, we have heard of incidents of theft, mugging, rape and even death being reported. Students in these institutions of higher learning have become easy targets of criminals, leaving them with harrowing experiences of life at campuses. In this special feature, Trevor Ngenda highlights the rising cases of insecurity in Kenyan universities, the long way to justice for victims, and a call to action by the relevant authorities.
Whenever results of the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examinations are released, top performers are often excited with the prospects of joining universities. As entities where careers are molded, universities are thus seen as the last phase of the academic journey and the gateway to financial independence. To some, however, this joy is cut short by runaway crime around the campuses, with the lucky ones left nursing both physical and psychological wounds, whereas the unlucky ones, unfortunately, don't live to tell their stories. One evening in 2019, 2 students of Maseno University in Kisumu were raped after unknown people forcefully entered their house, located a few meters from the school. A protest the following morning by irate students over the increased insecurity led to the closure of the campus. In a memo to all students, the Vice-Chancellor Professor Joseph Nyabundi stated, following unrest by students over alleged rape cases reported to have occurred in and off-campus students' residence and failure by the students to engage university management on structured discussions on the same, the Senate resolved to close the university with immediate effect until further notice. The order that students vacate the school by 7 p.m. sparked uproar on social media, with netizens taking to Twitter under the hashtag Maseno Lives Matter to question the rising cases of insecurity in the university and call for justice for the rape victims as well as many other previous survivors of crime. To date, justice is yet to be served. Fast forward to 25th March 2022, another Maseno University student was attacked at night, but he did not live to narrate his encounter at the hands of what appears to be a well-established criminal gang terrorizing students in Maseno area. On the fateful Friday night, 22-year-old James Omolo is said to have been returning to his residence at Tess Hostels after a night out with friends when he was attacked a few meters from the hostel.
I'm standing on the exact spot where James' lifeless body was found lying dead. James Omolo was headed to his residence on this other side when he met his untimely death. The proximity of this location to the police station has made little to no difference at all as crime continues to thrive in this area.
Police reports say James was stabbed on the back of his neck, causing profuse bleeding that led to his death. His close friend Jeremy recounts his last communication with James before his messages went unanswered.
Nikapiga, simu ya kwanza alikuwa off, simu ya pili alikuwa off, nikitext online alikuwa offline. So nikatulia, nikasema acha nisirash kusema niko na friend wake lakini sina namba yake that time. So nikasema acha nitulie ningoje kama kwa hii group yenye wametuma the information kama watatupea more information about the same. So kidogo picha yenye ilitumwa ilikuwa Jay, so I was in a shock.
His mother back in Kioria, Mayenga village, left with too much pain to bear.
It is very painful for me as a parent to have taken my son to get education only for him to return back home in a casket. I have been left speechless now that my son is no more. They would rather have taken all his valuables or even his clothes rather than kill him. I am not happy.
The kind of grief that has engulfed this village here is unfathomable. 22-year-old vibrant James Omolo is being laid to rest. It was his family's hope that by the time he's buried, that justice would have been served and that the perpetrators would have been brought to book. But weeks after his death, still no justice has been delivered.
Inasmuch as the area around Maseno University where the students reside would seem prone to crime, the university is not an isolated case in the spate of crime around universities in Kenya. At Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, 23-year-old Ken was on his way back from school to his residence at 8 p.m. when 3 armed men on a motorcycle abruptly blocked his way, pounced on him and demanded his phone and laptop. He tried to escape, but they caught up with him, robbed and stabbed him before speeding off.
Wakasimamisha mbele yangu wakatoa visu. Sasa vile alitoa visu mimi nikashtuka. Sasa unajua nilikuwa na laptop kwa bag na bado nilikuwa na simu na vitu kadhaa zingine. Akaniambia toa simu. Hiyo ni nini niko na hapo hivyo? Ndio kwa hiyo harakati ya kusumbuana mmoja wao akanidunga visu hapa kwa on my thighs.
He was left immobilized and bleeding before a good Samaritan helped him get to hospital.
Otherwise tu nilikuwa hapo naomba Mungu usikubali niende bana, mimi ni kijana mdogo bado sijatimiza mambo.
In February 2019, another JKUAT student named Tabitha Muthoni was walking in the company of a friend near Sigal Hotel at 8 p.m. when they were confronted by thugs who stabbed her to death. Just recently, on 19th of April 2022, Joel Juma, fourth-year industrial chemistry student at JKUAT, was attacked by thugs near Lily's Hotel in Gashororo area who stabbed him twice on his left side of his chest. Juma was rushed to a local dispensary where he was confirmed dead on arrival.
We can let go of a phone, a laptop, a handbag, but a comrade's life, that is insane, and we need sanity in Juja.
We are requesting maybe the university security together with the Juja police station, together with the national security team, to check on the security of students in the universities.
This act his fellow students from different faculties of JKUAT who in a peaceful procession marched to Juja sub-county security offices demanding justice and security beef up in the area.
The wee hours of this morning, we managed to arrest 7 suspects. After that interrogation, we have established that 2 of the suspects we are holding are the ones who are involved in this heinous act. We are in the advanced stage of our investigation, and I can assure you and the public and the country in general that tomorrow morning the 2 will be facing charge before the law court.
The family is, however, skeptical about the events of the fateful day their king died, saying he could have been the target of his assailants.
Kuna tu loopholes mingi juu acha tuwasema wale wakora walimpata halafu wakataka kumuua. Kama ni wakora wataka kumuua wataka kuchukua phone. Juu kama ni phone sema alikata, si ndio? Na sema walikuwa watu more than 3. Kuna venye wanaweza chukua tu phone tu, what I know.
The big dreams his family had for him were shattered. In an emotional send-off, his friends described him as a humble, hard-working man who was determined to achieve his dreams despite his humble background. The gang that killed him is said to have escaped an operation to hunt down criminals in Nairobi's Kioria and Dandora estates and found a safe haven in Gashororo area near JKUAT. 3 suspects were arraigned in court over the matter and further detained for 14 days to allow completion of investigations. A random search on Google on crime around Kenyan universities gives numerous results of cases that have hit headlines in the recent past, with victims and families left on their own to take the lonely walk to justice. This adding to the many unfortunate cases of deaths that the public and the student leaders stopped questioning after the noise went down. A report by the Commission for University Education highlighting increased crime in Kenyan universities released in 2018 indicated that student residences had turned into hideouts and convergence points for criminals who mostly operate within hostel premises. The report presented to the then Education Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Amina Mohamed was to raise awareness and call for collaborative efforts by both the school administration and the national government to improve on the state of security and weed out criminals within the students' residential areas. Years later, the strides on this front are insignificant. On the other hand, disciplinary action is then taken on those that lead the demonstrations to demand for justice. Some are intimidated, suspended, and sometimes huge fines imposed on them upon reopening. But answers are never given as to what led to the death of their fellow students.
Tunafaa tushughulikie kwa sababu hatukutoka nyumbani kukuja pa kuuliwa na kunyang'anywa vitu.
Each and every time investigations are always being done and there is no outcome. Each and every time, let us give them time to do investigation. Yet Jay is sleeping in this thing, and their parents are like this. This is the degree they expected from Jay.
Unless the relevant authorities and security officials come together and solve the state of insecurity in Kenyan universities, this menace will definitely continue. Trevor Ngendo for KBC Channel 1, Universities of
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Our arts and entertainment industry has evolved over the years.
It is at such times that our destinies are written. Will we rise up in courage or die in cowardice?
Who are the movers and shakers in film and theatre? Get trendy as we review locally produced films and stage drama every Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Cinemas and Theatre.
Brought to you by the Kenya Film Commission. Film Kenya, Capture Africa. Top sports attractions on KBC Channel 1. In July, Kenya Morans face off against the DRC, Egypt and Senegal in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers in Alexandria, Egypt from 1st to 3rd of July 2022. Also in July, Kenya plays South Africa in Rugby League test matches in Nairobi with a return fixture set for October. Still in July,
fixed mixed reaction on my side, because one, it was pretty bitter,
lack of respect on my people, some of them. And also, if it was not my players, I could not be in this team.
Tusker wound up their campaign with a total of 63 points from 33 games, same as second place Kakamega Homeboys, while Bandari came in third with 54 points. 2008 champions Mathare United and Vihiga Bullets were relegated after finishing in 18th and 17th positions respectively, while Wazito, who wound up 16th, will fight for a place to stay in top flight in a relegation and promotion playoff with a third place finisher from the second tier. Meanwhile, Tusker FC head coach Robert Matano has hinted at leaving the club due to what he termed as underappreciation and sabotage from an unnamed club official.
Because I've done it, and if you can work and no appreciation in any way, you better leave and stay alone. He knows where he is. And I'm trying to advise him, no matter which coach will come here, he needs support, he needs respect. I'm a respected coach, I believe in myself, I'm a worker, I'm loyal. Yeah, but nobody should not take me for granted.
Tusker pocketed 2 million shillings for the triumph and is spotted to represent Kenya in CAF Champions League matches next season. Bernard Okumu, Sunday Express.
Thank you, Okumu, for that report. Now on to matches swimming. Nova Pioneer Tatu Girls Secondary emerged winners at the girls age 16 and over 100 freestyle relay during the PIPSA age group swimming championship that culminated today at Makini School in Nairobi.
The Nova Pioneer swimming team won the girls category for the swimmers aged 16 years and above, 100 meters freestyle relay after clocking 1 minute 15.40 seconds. Aga Khan High School and Lukenya Academy finished in second and third positions respectively.
We have performed really well. We've really trained for the gala. We've done a massive, intense training. So we brought 35 swimmers. They participated well. They did IM. We have 2 good swimmers there for silver and bronze. We did freestyle again. There are 2 good swimmers. Breaststroke 100. We have a gold there. So they really did well.
I feel accomplished, but I should try harder just to reach number 1. To be a professional swimmer, if not a journalist. Just be a professional swimmer, go to the Olympics.
Rashad Ali had no match in the boys aged 12 to 13 years 50 meters backstroke after finishing first in 49.56 seconds, while Musioki Raymond and Krangu Kagin wound up in second and third positions respectively.
Galas are important to me because they might help me in the future somewhere in school or getting me into other schools or things like that. So you guys out there, please work hard for things like this.
Experience today is somehow good because it's my first time being in a swimming gala and I'm pretty happy, and my achievement and goals are like going as planned.
Ndambuki Heri posted 50.20 seconds to win the boys aged 9 years and below 50 meters backstroke competition, relegating Joshua Shira and Devansh Natwani to second and third positions respectively.
Came second place in all my matches, and one day I want to become a swimmer for Kenya and play for Kenya.
Today, I absolutely rocked it, and you never know, when I grow up, I will swim for Kenya in the Olympics. Training, I just train, and that's the way to success.
Umoja Sharks registered 1 minute 25.63 seconds to win the girls aged 10 to 11 years 100 meters medley relay ahead of Blue Marlins Swim Club and Aga Khan Academy, who wound up in second and third positions respectively.
With my performance because it went well.
I just training hard and practicing every day.
Haya kwetu sisi kama Umoja Sharks yalikuwa ya muhimu sana, ndiposa tukaweza kujidhihirisha ya kwamba tunaweza kuwa washindi pia hata sisi.
The 2-day championship, which acted as qualifiers for the forthcoming national championship, attracted a total of 23 schools.
Beautiful. Now, defending champions Nairobi Water began their title defense on a winning note after defeating JQ at 36-16 in a women's handball league match played at the Nyayo National Stadium.
Brenda Musambai, Brenda Riviza and Cecilia Katheu top scored for the defending champions with 7 goals apiece, while Annette Baranza emerged as the top scorer for JKUAT with a total of 7 goals. The regional champions, who have not lost the league since 2013, led 28 at halftime and dominated the proceedings to clinch the win.
Hardworking, they put in their best, so we don't have any problem with the delivering. I'm sure all my teammates will deliver and we'll be able to retain all the cups. And even when maybe the company decides to give us a new challenge, that is Africa Club Championship, we are up to the task.
Nairobi Water head coach Jaco Ching revealed that he has made a total of 7 new signings as he seeks to blend the squad with younger players.
I have a goalkeeper, I have a backcourt player, Millicent Nyongesa, the goalkeeper is Nelly, and I have also a line player, a new line player from volleyball, which I want to convert to handball. She's called Ndiema. She's got good physique and she's tall. I want her to teach her handball.
JKUAT have now lost their 2 opening matches after coming short against Seagulls in the opening match on Saturday. Remained optimistic of bouncing back in upcoming fixtures.
So in the coming games, since we've just introduced them to this league, I think they have added some courage and they have known what they are going to face. So it will be easy for us to face our next opponent. Okay, I have good players, but the corona period have affected the intake of players. So we don't have bench power since since 2019. Intake of players, they have not been playing in high school, and high school games is what is feeding us with players.
It's also been a good exposure for me. I didn't know what to expect. This is the first time playing the game, and having seen this, I'm more confident that next time we meet, I'll fare better.
In other results, men's defending champions National Cereals and Produce Board beat Buccaneers 27-19, while newly promoted Nairobi City County lost 13-31 to last season's runners-up Strathmore University. Young City lost 40-14 to former champions Black Mamba. Bernard Okumu for Sunday Express.
2-time former Kenya National Rally champion Alastair Kavena is coming out of retirement to take part in the inaugural Rally Cross Motorsports Festival being organized by multiple KNRC and Safari Rally champion Carl Flash Tundo. He has been scheduled to be held in Machakos between the 9th and 10th of next month. Kavena, who has not sat in a rally car in over 5 years, was forced into early retirement due to a neck injury. The event is expected to attract some of the greatest names and heroes of yesteryears of motorsport in Kenya. Hitul Lakani has qualified for the finals of the NCBA Golf Series after beating a field of 260 golfers at the Sigona Golf Club. Lakani carded round of 42 points to win Division 1 and finished the day 3 points better than clubmate GM Getao. Anthony Gathura won Division 2 after carding 42 points, 1 point ahead of second-placed Deepak Bid. In the Ladies' Championship, Eunice Migwi was crowned the winner after she carded a round of 39 points. The series grand final will be held on the 9th of December at the Muthaiga Golf Club, where the respective division winners at the event will win an all-expense trip paid to the Fan Court Golf Estate in South Africa. And finally, England's winless start to their Nations League campaign continued as
2 points after 3 games.
Underway in Budapest.
Meanwhile, Germany came back from a goal down to draw 1-1 with Hungary, while Wales drew 1-1 with Belgium.
Be sure to catch more Nations League action as Portugal are currently playing with Switzerland, and Switzerland are leading 1-0. You don't want to miss that match. Please head on and watch that match, and definitely the ongoing matches too. Have yourself a peaceful night. My name is Karen Kibet. That's your spot for tonight. I'll see you another day. My name is Karen Kibet. I now hand you back to John Jacob Kioria's desk.
Indeed, my desk. But we need to wind up. Thank you very much, Karen Kibet, with this spot. This is where we put a cap on Sunday Express. Thanks very much for watching. Great thanks again to Anne Bungashi and all production crew that made Sunday Express a success. God bless you. Have yourself a good night.
Kupata lazima nishike kama sikiza tune yako. Bonyeza *811 *962#.
Lazima nishike mapema. Nisiposhika hii simu mapema utakasirika. Unajua mimi nikiwa mtu ya marathon najua niko na experience kabisa. Niko na experience. If you don't hurry, you will not break the record. Okay, wacha nishike hii simu.
Kupata lazima nishike, bonyeza *811 *962#. *811 *962#.
I can't stay here and accompany you. After I become a human, I won't remember what happened, and I won't remember you.
Is it because he's no longer here? The one he was waiting for was you.
Me? But why me?
You want the soul gem?
If you still value the time we spent together, please let me borrow the gem. That day I met you was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
都是假象。
Save a Life, the only show that is saving lives, transforming lives, and thank you for your continued support. So far, tumeweza kusaidia watu zaidi ya 976. Thank you. May God bless you. Pia tumeweza kutrain vijana zaidi ya 2,500. Thank you for your support na Mungu akubariki. As we say, the service to humanity is service to God. Let's continue doing this. And personally, I'm humbled. And I keep on saying that I don't have enough words za kuambia. But Mungu akubariki na Mungu akuzidishie. Tuzidi kufanya kazi ya Mungu. And my name is Joseph Moremi Nyambura.
Kijana wangu alikuwa mgonjwa na mkanisaidia. Saa hii nilikuwa nasikia furaha sana. Mungu ambariki na amuongezee kwa wote wale wanisaidia. Nasikia furaha nyingi sana. Mungu ambariki. Alikuwa mgonjwa tumbo, alikuwa anafura tumbo, lakini saa hii alikuwa mzuri sana.
Tunafurahia kwa hii familia, kwa maana nilikuwa na brada yangu mwenye alikuwa amezaliwa kama tumbo yake, vitu za ndani ya tumbo zimetoka nje na akapelekwa hospitali, akafanyiwa operation, na tunasikia furaha kwa wale wote waliojitolea. Saa hii hata watu wote wa kijiji wakiona Amos wanasikia wanataka tu kukaa karibu na yeye. Ako na mabadiliko kubwa sana. Hata ukimwona mbeleni na saa hii kuna tofauti kubwa sana. Na kama dadake mimi nasikia vizuri. Nasikia niko na furaha kwa sababu atarudi shule, ataendelea masomo yake kawaida. Juu hata alikuwa tena ajipendi tena, lakini saa hii anasikia vizuri kwa sababu atarudi shule. Watu wa Save a Life hata sijui ndasema nini, isipokuwa tu Mungu wetu ndiye awazidishie na muendelee kusaidia hata pia na wengine.
Mimi chenye naweza ongea kuhusu huyo ndugu yangu, alikuwa alimbaya tu vile, alikuwa ajitakii mambo yake, sababu ya hii matumbo yake ilikuwa kando na mwili yake. Saa hii vile namuona na vile anajisikia, ako chonjo. Na hata sisi watu wa familia, watu wa kijiji, hata wao wanafurahia wakimuona. Hiyo kampuni ya Save a Life inaweza saidia wengine, hata sisi tukiwaona kwa TV, kwa vitu zenye zinaonekana na watu wengi, isaidia wengine.
Mimi Mama Edwin, kwa majina naitwa Caroline Wanjiru. Nashukuru sana, nina raha kwa kuwa Gatimu sasa anaendelea vizuri na hata si kuendelea ako sawa. Nashukuru sana, nashukuru kwa kila mtu, na nashukuru kwa Mungu mwenye alinisupport na maombi, akanisupport na mfuko. Sina la kusema ila tu Mungu awazidishie na wabariki. Na Save Life na wabarikiwe sana kila mmoja. Nashukuru sana.
Asante sana. Uko smart sana.
Nashukuru.
Stress zilisha.
Kabisa.
Asante. God naona mpaka Gatimu amefurahia sana. God has been faithful. Ule ilikuwa major surgery.
Ilikuwa major surgery na it take 5 hours and a half. Nashukuru kabisa. Yaani sina la kusema.
Mungu ni mwema.
Mungu ni mwema.
Amazing.
Na ameona endelea vizuri, na hapa ground floor tumeona Dr. Doris, daktari wa meno, pia amempea madawa for a month. Na God has been faithful. God has been faithful. Thank you for your support. May God bless you. Let's continue transforming lives together. I'm humbled. I'm happy. Save a Life is indeed transforming lives. Sasa tukule lunch, turudi Bungoma.
Now, as you know, our culture is tumpeleka hospitali, but pia lazima tumshughulikie apate kitu ya kukula, na pia tumempromise tumeweka pesa pia ya mambo ya dental to make sure amepona, but lazima pia tumuempower because unajua pia hajakuwa akifanya kazi, lazima akule vizuri. That's why tuko hapa pia to make sure tumemuempower, tumempea kitu. Na hii ni check yako. Unaweza kumfama majina ndio hiyo?
Ni Kezia Mukami Cheru.
Asante. Utaambiaje wale watu wamekusupport tena?
Mimi nawashukuru. Nawaambia muendelee na hiyo moyo ya kusaidia wenye wako na shida. Juu hakuna mwenye anatakanga shida. Ukiwa sawa mambo yako inakuanga sawa, unasikia kuna kila kitu, hata ukikosa chakula ukiwa na afya njema inakuanga ni afadhali. Kwa hivyo Mungu awabariki. Na wabariki kabisa.
Amen. Unakuwa hujafurahia? Umefurahia kweli?
Nimefurahia. Nimefurahia sana.
Niko tu na ujasiri ya Yesu.
Yes.
Maana vile nikiona Kenya ananitendeanga. Tena ananipigania kwa vita kali.
Yes.
Aki mimi nashukuru Mungu.
Asante.
Nashukuru Mungu sana. Kenya ananifanyia ni makubwa.
Kwa yenye mmetenda ni mazuri hata na mwanadamu hawezi, lakini nyinyi ni wanadamu lakini mmetenda mazuri ambayo hata imefurahisha Mungu.
Yes.
Sasa mkienda moyo tu na upendo na roho mzuri tena mfanyeko mwingine vile mmefanyia nyongeza.
Asante.
Amenisaidia sana, amenisaidia. Sio kwa nimejua nitakuwa hivi.
Yes.
Amenisaidia sana.
Asante.
Kwa nimejua tu ndio maisha yangu imeenda tu kabisa hivi.
Lakini Mungu ni mwema.
Nashukuru Mungu.
Watu walisema iwezekani but
inawezekana. Alikuwa amesema nitabakia kule. Bila waliniona nikirudi hata kuamini.
Mine is to thank Save a Life community for the great work you do. You are reaching families which are down there, which are humbled. Some of them do not know what they are suffering from. Some of them don't even understand the kind of sickness that they are suffering from. But thank you, because through Mama here, we have seen the hand of God. She is able to, she has undergone the surgery. It has become out successful. Now she's smiling. She's feeling joyful. And therefore, may God bless Save a Life community. Na sisi wote kama familia tuendelee kuwa na huo moyo, tuendelee kusaidiana, ndio wale watu ambao wako chini bado waweze kuona mkono wa Bwana na wengi wapone tunapongojea Mungu wetu kurudi mara ya pili. Thank you, thank you, thank you and thank you so much.
Save a Life tulisema atuangalie tribe, atuangalie religion, atuangalie maybe mtu amesoma hajasoma, tunasaidia kila mtu. Tunatembea eneo zote za Kenya. Na sasa leo tunatembea pale Kiminini, Kitale. Na tumetembelea jamaa mmoja anaitwa John Shikuku. John Shikuku amekuwa mgonjwa kwa miaka mingi. Alituita, tukamtembelea pale na tukaona ile shida anapitia. Tukasema kama Save a Life tutasimama na yeye to make sure amesaidika. Na Shikuku pia watu wamemdhulumu. Nakumbuka aliniambia alifanya kazi zaidi ya miaka 7. Na venye alimaliza ile kazi kwenda kutisha pesa yake, alifukuzwa usiku. Akaambiwa wewe hata hufai kukaa hapa kwangu. Haufai hata kidogo. Na tukasema kama Save a Life, sisi ni wale tunasaidia wanyonge, tunasimama nao. Na leo tuko na Shikuku to make sure Shikuku amefanya hiyo surgery na amepona. Na asanteni sana mkizidi kusimama na Shikuku. May God bless you. Kumbuka paybill number ni ile 600054, account andika John, account andika John. And may God bless you as you purpose to support Shikuku. And today Save a Life is in Trans Nzoia County, Kitale, malikunaitwa Kiminini constituency. Kiminini constituency, na tumetembelea Mr. John. Na Mr. John amekuwa mgonjwa kwa miaka, na hii growth imezidi because alizaliwa nazo, imezidi. Ana growth moja hapa na ingine hapa. Na leo tumeongea na daktari. Dr. Kilonzo akasema anaweza toa ile. Sikuwa nimeona hii but najua pia sio ataweza kutoa. Alafu ugonjwa mwingine ni kumanage, is more of management because it's a chronic disease, ni genetically so acquired. So tutatembea na this man kumanage ugonjwa, na pia tuone venye tunaweza msaidia pia kimaisha because amepitia challenges. Ugonjwa imetuma apate ile stigma because anaambia kuna siku alipewa kazi mahali miaka 7. Na ule mtu alimwekea pesa because alidhani ile siku atamaliza hii kazi atapewa ile pesa yote. But after 7 years you can imagine alinyang'anywa ile pesa. Akaambiwa wewe na hii condition yako hata kukupea nyumba kukaa kwangu haifai. Wewe ni mtu haufai. But leo tumekuja kumuonesha kuna watu wanampenda and there is hope. Tumuletea hope na that love, because as a Christian we are told that we can't talk about faith without loving. We can say that we love God without showing that love. And today we are here to walk with him, and may God bless you as you purpose to support him. Mr. John, maybe unaweza tuambia majina, tuambie ulizaliwa wapi na venye hii shida ilianzia?
Mimi ni John Shikuku.
Mimi kusaliwa kwangu ilikuwa Western. Saliwa Bungoma, mahali panaitwa Kamukuywa. Nilisaliwa na hii ugonjwa nikiwa, hata mimi kusaliwa kwangu nilisaliwa tu, mama ndiye alisema hii ugonjwa umesaliwa na. Hii ugonjwa imenisumbua kwa muda. Na hii vile umeiona hii ugonjwa hii na hii, nikitembea na kama nimebeba kitu, ni uzito. Na vile natembea na hiyo uzito, tena nafanya kazi ya kutumia nguvu, vibarua. So mnajua vibarua paka lazima utumie nguvu ndio upate kitu. Sasa ukiongeza hii ugonjwa na mimi mwenyewe na tena natumia nguvu, na nikikuja nimechoka sana, na ninafanya hivyo kuendelesha familia ndio ikule. Na kama sitapata kibarua hiyo, wanajua ya kwamba nimepata, watalala njaa. Lakini ninashukuru Mungu, wengi